Imagine a world where your ex's new partner won't even let you speak to them. That's exactly the drama swirling today around Hailey Bieber, Selena Gomez, and Justin Bieber. Hailey has gone so far as to completely ban Selena from having any contact with Justin, shutting down even the possibility of a casual hello. This story has sent shockwaves through both fan bases because it confirms what many suspected for years. The tension between Hailey and Selena never really ended. What seemed like surface-level peace was only a thin cover, hiding much bigger problems that are finally spilling out in public. The turning point came when Hailey's team was caught, monitoring Selena's interactions more closely than ever. Selena, despite being engaged to Benny Blanco, has been told in no uncertain terms to stay away from Justin. People close to the couple reveal Hailey's decision wasn't casual. It was a firm boundary she imposed inside her marriage, making it clear that Justin should cut every string that tied back to Selena. What made the situation even more intense is how this information lined up with other recent moves. The sudden unfollowing on Instagram, the unexplainable tension in public appearances, and the very visible absence of any kind of friendly exchange between the two women. This isn't just about jealousy or insecurity. It's about control and power. Hailey reportedly told Justin that Selena's name should not come up in conversations, that her presence should not linger in his circle, and that even accidental encounters were unacceptable. Justin, caught between the history he shared with Selena and the loyalty he owes his wife, went along with Hailey's demand. Fans noticed the shift quickly, because Justin had previously been careful not to erase Selena completely from his narrative. But now the silence is louder than ever, and Hailey's influence is undeniable. Selena, on her side, is said to be hurt but unsurprised. After years of being linked to Justin in every possible headline, she had hoped that the feud would finally settle down once she moved forward with her own life. But this new ban drags her right back into the spotlight, reminding everyone of the old wounds. Even though Selena hasn't spoken publicly about the restriction, her social media activity speaks volumes. She no longer follows Hailey. She doesn't interact with Justin in any visible way, and her posts carry subtle hints of distance, almost as if she's acknowledging the invisible wall now separating them. The internet has erupted with theories. Some fans are convinced Hailey felt threatened by Selena's continued influence. They point out that even years after the breakup, Justin's identity is still heavily tied to his relationship with Selena in the eyes of the public. That history never really disappeared, and Hailey knows it. By banning contact, she is essentially erasing the ghost of Yelena, trying to protect her marriage from constant comparisons. Other fans, though, see this as proof of insecurity. They argue that a confident partner wouldn't need to make such a demand, and that Justin agreeing to it shows he is prioritizing his wife's comfort over any personal freedom he once had. The effects on their careers are becoming clearer with each passing week. For Hailey, this move reinforces the narrative that she's overly controlling of Justin, the kind of partner who constantly needs to protect her territory. That might play well with some who admire her commitment, but it risks alienating a wider audience who prefer independence and balance in celebrity couples. On social media, hashtags like "Leave Selena Alone" and "Let Justin Speak" have already started trending, painting Hailey as the villain. Meanwhile, Selena's image as someone who tries to stay out of drama gains even more sympathy. Fans rally behind her, describing her as graceful for not fighting back, and praising her for focusing on her relationship with Benny Blanco instead of stirring up more chaos. Justin, however, is the one caught in the crossfire. His fans feel like he's losing his agency. Some say he doesn't look like the carefree young star he once was. Instead, he looks weighed down, careful with every word, afraid of setting off another wave of drama. The ban is shaping his public persona in ways he might not have expected. It no longer feels like Justin is in control of his own narrative. Instead, it feels like every move is being filtered through Hailey's conditions. That perception matters because Justin's career has always been about authenticity. His fans grew up with him, and they notice when something feels forced. The comments online are explosive. "She finally did it. She locked him down completely," one fan wrote, while another, "This is unhealthy. He should be allowed to talk to whoever he wants, even his ex." Then there are the fans who defend Hailey, saying, "She's protecting her marriage. That's what any wife would do." But the split between the fandoms has never felt wider. On one side are those who feel Hailey is justified, and on the other are those who believe she's creating unnecessary tension, where none existed anymore. What makes this situation so fascinating is that it's no longer just personal, it's cultural. People see themselves in this triangle: the protective partner, the lingering ex, and the man stuck in the middle. Every fan projects their own experiences onto it, which is why the debates are so emotional. Nobody is looking at this as a simple celebrity spat anymore. It's become a conversation about power dynamics in relationships, about whether a partner has the right to demand a complete break from an ex, and about how public perception can destroy or protect a marriage. What's striking is how this ban doesn't just live in whispers anymore. It's shaping the way fans interpret every single move Justin and Hailey make in public. When Justin appears at events and doesn't acknowledge anything about his past, people chalk it up to Hailey's rule. When Selena posts a picture with Benny and keeps her captions carefully written with no hidden references, fans say it's because she knows she's being monitored. This atmosphere creates constant suspense, where even silence is taken as proof of something deeper. Behind the scenes, people close to the situation say Justin has struggled with how to handle it. He understands why Hailey wants this boundary, but at the same time, he can't deny that Selena was a huge part of his past. Erasing her completely means erasing nearly a decade of his own life, and that hasn't been easy. Still, he is determined to make his marriage work, so he follows through with Hailey's demand. The fact that fans have picked up on his discomfort shows how deeply this restriction has impacted him. Even in moments meant to celebrate his music, people can sense the weight of this personal drama hovering in the background. Selena's side of the story is equally compelling. She has worked for years to distance herself from the chaos of her old relationship, and has focused instead on building a life filled with stability, love, and new beginnings. But once again, her name is pulled back into the same cycle she thought she had escaped. The ban has placed her in an awkward position where she is both the victim of exclusion and the unwilling centerpiece of someone else's marriage drama. Fans say they can see it in her expressions. That hint of resignation when questions about Justin resurface, the careful way she avoids topics that might reignite speculation, and the way she leans harder into celebrating her relationship with Benny. Some argue that this only makes her look stronger, like someone refusing to play the game anymore. Meanwhile, Hailey is carrying the full weight of being labeled the enforcer. Every step she takes is scrutinized as though it's part of a calculated plan to keep Selena away. Even when she posts something harmless, critics connect it back to the ban. If she shares a photo with Justin, people say she's being possessive. If she doesn't, they say she's hiding insecurity. There's no winning, because public opinion has already decided she's pulling all the strings. Ironically, the very rule meant to give her security in her marriage is the same one that has amplified public judgment against her. The ripple effect doesn't end there. Brands and collaborators are keeping a close eye on this drama because it changes how marketable these celebrities are. Selena's image benefits from sympathy, which makes her even more appealing to brands that want to associate with resilience and elegance. Hailey, on the other hand, risks being seen as controlling, which is not the vibe companies want linked to their campaigns. And Justin, though still a massive star, risks losing some of his relatability. His fan base has always loved seeing his unfiltered, honest side, but if he appears too constrained, it chips away at the authenticity that made him a household name. Fans are not only reacting, but also predicting what comes next. Some believe Justin will eventually push back against the ban, unable to keep pretending the past doesn't exist. Others are convinced Hailey's rule will remain firm and that Justin will continue complying, creating a long-term narrative where he's viewed as subdued in his marriage. Then there are wild theories that Selena might one day write a song clearly referencing this restriction, or that Benny Blanco could publicly defend her in ways that spark a new feud. Every theory only adds more layers of suspense, keeping the internet buzzing and ensuring this story doesn't fade anytime soon. What's undeniable is that the ban has shifted the balance of power. Hailey has drawn the line, Justin has agreed to it, and Selena has been forced to adjust her public life around it. This triangle continues to dominate conversations, proving that even years after the original breakup, the drama hasn't ended. It has only evolved. Fans can't look away because it feels like a real-life soap opera, unfolding in front of them in small doses, post by post, story by story. And this is where things get even more unpredictable. Will Hailey's strategy strengthen her marriage? Or will the constant judgment eventually backfire? Justin reach a point where staying silent hurts his image more than speaking up? Will Selena find herself dragged into more conflict even as she tries to move forward? These questions don't have answers yet, and that's what makes this saga so addictive to watch. Thanks for staying with me through all of this drama. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. I want to know what you think. Was Hailey right to enforce this ban, or did she just create a bigger problem for herself and Justin? Drop your comments below, and I'll feature some of the best ones in the next video. This story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.